Hey winners, we're all about discipling one another to reach and raise the next generation to live out God's truth. A lot of exciting things to share with you guys today, but let's celebrate a little bit. Andrew,
we
what's
have
happening?
a lot of things to celebrate. More specifically, we have a lot of things to celebrate in groups ministry. Just this year alone, we have launched probably somewhere around about 15 groups.
Wow.
And a lot of those are off campus, but many of those are right here on campus as well. We have launched some new Wednesday night groups. We have new Sunday morning, and then so many home groups as well. You guys have been reaching new people. It is so encouraging when I come into the office on a Monday morning or a Sunday afternoon and I hear all the new celebrations, the new wins, and just, hey, I invited my person and one of my 5, and they're coming to our group now, and it is so cool to see that, especially in home groups.
Yeah, groups change lives. Groups are where real ministry takes place. And Andrew and I were talking about this idea. One thing we wanted to talk to you guys about today is how you doing? And particularly this thought of when we're looking at when people come to church and how often they're involved in group, there's a trend that is happening over time that people go to groups less and less. So where it used to be, they might come 3 out of 4 times a month. Now it might be 1 out of 4 times. Andrew, you're even saying like 9 to 12 times a year.
That's the new average.
Is what you can expect from an average church member. So in your group, 9 to 12 times a year. Well, here's the thing. People can't grow spiritually if they're not in deep biblical community with other believers. You know that. That's why you're a group leader. You care about people in groups. So we wanted to kind of help you a little bit answering this question. How can you help your people be more consistent? Because if you care about their souls, it's got to be consistent. So we wrote down a few ways that we think we can help you help them be more consistent. Andrew, walk us through a couple of these.
All right, so number 1, it's got to be relationally based. You cannot go to someone and say, hey, listen, I see this area in your life. I see something that you need to work on, or maybe want you to be more consistent, or even really try to minister to someone in that capacity in your group if you don't have a relationship with them first. If you just come in, you teach, they sit there, they listen to you, and then you go out and leave, and there's never a connection there, especially an emotional connection, then it's so hard to have those hard conversations. So one of the biggest things that I have found as being successful is I can have a hard conversation with someone, but I've got to do it when I have a relationship with them. And that leads into number 2. Rick, what's number 2?
Number 2, speak the truth in love. Relationships, accountability, these things are all marrying hand in hand. And really, it's this idea of friendship. We say it a lot at Christ Place. We need our 2 a.m. friends. When you are deep friends with someone, then you can have hard conversations. If you're not, then you don't. And so what that means for you as the leaders, you have to invest extra time outside of your normal Sunday morning group time to invest in these friendships. You're more than just a group leader. You're a friend to everyone in your group, and you have to see yourself that way. And when the time comes, you as a leader need to speak the truth in love. Yeah. How you do that? Well, you put a little sugar on it, and then you put the truth in there, and you hope they swallow it. And what that means is when people are missing groups, so they've been gone for a month, you need to have a sit down. You need to say, hey, can we meet for coffee? Can I give you a call? And find out what's going on in their life. Because when the lost sheep stray, Jesus said he left the 99 to go get the 1. And so when people, you hadn't seen them in a while, care enough to speak the truth in love. Number 3, what's the last one?
Number 3 is accountability and follow-up. One of the biggest things that I have seen be successful is you give people a clear next step to exactly what you're having a conversation with them about. If they don't have a clear win, then they're really not going to know what that means. And as well as for you as being the leader always follows back up and has accountability with that. So we want to make sure that we're speaking the truth in love. We do it in a relational way, but then also that we're following up with that and saying, okay, listen, we had a conversation about this. How are you doing? How is this area in your life? How can I help you? What can I do to help foster that along? It's really important.
Yeah. When we build those friendships, we have that accountability, people are not going to want to miss group time. Relationships are what keep people. Speaking of relationships,
and
men.
Speaking of not missing anything.
Men, this Sunday is Men Church. And it's going to be a great week. It's time for your group to get together, for all the men to get together. And ladies, you guys can get in homes and spend some time fellowshipping together. Even check out what's going on online with the men every once in a while. Pray for those men as well. They need it. Andrew, what are the details? Where do they need to be? What do they need help with?
All right, so this Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. is when tailgating begins. Now, the biggest thing that you need to know if you're just coming to be part of the tailgating, grab a burger. Burgers will start about 4:30, but if you're just coming for that, it's going to be hot. and you need to bring a chair. So make sure you bring a chair. If you have a tent, that would be great. Bring something to drink. We'll have some water and some Gatorade, things like that. This guy's going to help us out.
I'm the water boy.
He's going to be reminding us to drink plenty of fluids. So make sure you come. Make sure you bring your chair with you, and actually bring somebody with you too as well.
Yeah.
But the cool thing that I've already seen, and I've talked to just a couple of our groups to do this, is that we are encouraging our ladies to get together in a home, watch Man Church, hang out. Even if you don't watch Man Church, you don't have the way to do it. Maybe you're just being there and you're just encouraging one another, and you're praying for your husbands, you're praying for your sons, or those that are coming to Man Church that evening. It's going to be so cool to have such a gospel impact to where you ladies are praying for us guys.
Absolutely. We can't wait to see you Sunday. Can't wait to see what God's going to do in the heart of men.